Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Man, all right, you guys. So like, share, subscribe, ring that bell. As you guys come on up in the building. If y'all ain't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You'll see a bell come up. Hit that bell. After you hit that bell, hit that all button. That way you guys will get all the updates when I release video content on the channel, man. Press 1 in the comments if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Let me get a mic check real quick. Press 1 if y'all can hear me, man. I'm going to get right to the video, man. Press 1. Let me see. Can y'all hear me in the comments? Can y'all hear me in the chat? All right. Y'all can hear me? All right, salute. Let's get right into it, man. So, man, bro, wife of Vince McMahon, the WWE chairman, a former WWE chairman, Vince McMahon, who stepped down after having allegations against that woman, Janet, I think her name is Janelle Grant. That's her name, Janelle Grant. He had allegations from her. She alleged that she was trafficked. She alleged that Vince McMahon, did numerous disgusting things to her. She alleged that the husband of Linda McMahon, basically sexually assaulted her. She also alleged that he took the boo-boo on her head and all kind of other things that she alleged against him. Well, you all know that, the McMahons, they've had a long, ongoing, great friendship with the current president, Donald J. Trump. He has appointed Linda McMahon, the wife of Vince McMahon, to a spot in his cabinet. Basically, she's his education secretary pick, and he's been getting a lot of heat and a lot of smoke because of that decision. But now, the reason why he was getting smoke because of that decision is because there was a lawsuit against that had the McMahons in the lawsuit that were from youngins that stated that they were sexually assaulted and abused, and they alleged that Vince McMahon and Linda McMahon did nothing about it. That's exactly what they alleged. And so now, according to reports from CNN, a judge has now paused that lawsuit, alleging that Trump's education secretary pick, Linda McMahon, enabled sexual abuse of blanks years ago. Now, I know y'all ain't going to want to hear this because a lot of y'all ain't going to want to keep the same energy. You understand what I'm saying? We already understand how this goes. You know what I'm saying? If it's Diddy, if it's goddamn Jay-Z, if it's one of them cats, hey, man, it's time to ride. You understand what I'm saying? But according to this report from CNN, I'm going to let y'all know what's going on. CNN has reported a judge has paused an ongoing lawsuit against Linda McMahon, Donald Trump's pick to lead the education department, that accuses her and the company she once led, the World Wrestling Entertainment, of failing to act on allegations of sex abuse of unders. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all see it on the screen. It said who helped ringside at wrestling events in the 1980s. It said the move in the WWE case from Judge James Brader in Maryland's Federal District Court will keep the proceeding against Linda McMahon and the company at bay until a ruling from the Maryland Supreme Court which heard arguments back in September. The lawsuit raises questions of what McMahon knew and when, at the time she was the head of professional wrestling company and a ringside announcer, allegedly preyed upon these youngins. Now it says the pause has the potential to delay the case through any Senate confirmation proceeding for Linda McMahon, who denies these allegations. The case recently arose after Maryland changed its law to lift the statute of limitations for lawsuits related to sex abuse of the unders. Now it says, but Maryland Supreme Court is set to rule on a challenge that the law from other organizations that have been sued and argue they should not have to face allegations of turning a blind eye to abuse years after it occurs. Now it says the lawsuit alleges that Linda McMahon and her husband, Vince McMahon, the WWE and TKO Group Holdings, the league's parent company, knowingly allowed employee Melvin Phillips Jr. to use his position as ringside announcer to sexually exploit youngins. It says that the lawyers for both the McMahons have called the allegations against them false. It says that the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment, and its parent company asked to pause the case against them. McMahon and her husband Vince earlier this month for reasons of judicial efficiency and economy, end quote. They also say they plan to challenge the Maryland law allowing for the lawsuit if the case against them were to move forward according to court records. It also goes on to say the suit was filed in October in a Baltimore County, Maryland, on behalf of 5 John Does who said they were young. I'm going to just say they were under the age of 15, both of them. One was 13, the other one was 15. When Phillips met and recruited them to work as ring boys, who helped set up and take down wrestling rings at WWE events. It said that Phillips worked for the WWE in the 1970s, the 1980s, and the 1990s as a prominent ringside announcer and crew chief, but he died in 2012. The lawsuit claims that the McMahons were negligent as employers and failed to protect the plaintiffs and that they were aware of Phillips' alleged abuse. Now it says that Vince McMahon said that he and Linda were aware as early as the early mid to 1980s that Phillips had a peculiar and unnatural interest in youngins, according to the filing. And at one point, Phillips was fired from the company, then rehired a few weeks later, as this article is being reported in CNN. And so now, out of the blue, Linda McMahon's, the wife of Vince McMahon, who's been included in this lawsuit has now been paused. Also, you have Vince McMahon, who is facing allegations against Janelle Grant. His lawsuit was paused. Now, Vince McMahon's lawsuit was paused against Janelle Grant, who accused Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon has had numerous allegations over the years, but she accused Vince McMahon, as I told y'all, of sexually assaulting her. She also accused Vince McMahon of taking a boo-boo on her head, amongst other things that she alleged of Vince McMahon. And so, these things, there was supposed to be a federal investigation into Vince McMahon to see if they were going to pursue federal charges against Vince McMahon. But now, the current president of the new president that's coming up, he has been criticized throughout the media for hiring Linda McMahon in that position with these type of allegations levied against her. So you guys gonna have to let me know what y'all think about this situation, because this situation finna get crazy, because the judge has just suddenly paused this lawsuit. So Vince McMahon got his lawsuit paused because they claimed that the feds was investigating, and that's why they paused it. And they were going to pause it for like 6 months until the end of this month to figure out if the feds were going to investigate, or excuse me, the feds were going to bring charges against Vince McMahon. And then the situation with the wife now, they're saying that the wife, her lawsuit has now been paused. Linda McMahon. So this situation has went way out of control, man. And you guys are not just hearing this, you guys are hearing this type of stuff on all realms of life. All these allegations coming out. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all are hearing these things. And y'all are seeing these things. You know? Now, again, this is being reported online, but I didn't see it pop up on TMZ like a lot of other stuff pops up. I didn't see it pop up on some of those other big websites I look at and that I normally get news from. But this did pop up on me because I seen it inside of the news feed. So again, how many people talking about this? And smash the like button as y'all come on in. We should have over 1,000 likes in this chat room. How many people gonna run from this smoke right here? Like I said, I can go all day. I can turn this into a marathon if you want. I just want to see how many people gonna ride with me. Since they really say they want to ride, let's ride. Like, share, subscribe, man. Ring the bell, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Do y'all agree with them pausing the lawsuit or not? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this situation with Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon and Vince McMahon have denied guilt and claimed that they're innocent in these situations. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man.